All right, my friends. So I was just over on X after my nap. I'm kind of feeling a little. I'm definitely feeling a little under the water. Under the water today. This is just another thinking out loud with Froggy. So I'm seeing launch material for the 9070 XT running this card at about $649.99. Now that would be starting at $649.99. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Now, I just literally paid $939 for the Asus Prime OC model of the 5070 Ti. Now, a little while back, people were saying that, oh man, AMD needs to be 30% cheaper. 30% cheaper, okay? And now everybody literally takes that as gospel, but when I look at this, okay, like going forward, when I buy my 9070 XT starting at $649.99 to whatever model I choose or whatever I can get my hands on, whether that's a more expensive AIB or whether that is an XFX model that comes out, you know, the one good thing about AMD is a lot of their partners are already built up to put out MSRP models like XFX. I've bought a lot of XFX GPUs, and they are usually right at, like I got with my when I bought my, or maybe it was like $50 more. I think it was like, yeah, it was like $539 is what I paid for the 7800 XT. I remember paying a little bit more for that. And getting that, you know, 3-fan design for the Merc. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, this card hits the spot. It does what it needs to do. And now that was 7800 XT power, which was right in line with, right above, like, I don't know, right close to, like, man, that was a good card. That was a good card. I don't remember exactly, but it was pretty much like it was a good 1440p card. It definitely let me play some 4K. I was overall generally pretty satisfied with that overall that power, the power limit that I got for that card. I was like, wow, this is absolutely incredible. And I do stand by, if you had that card right now, that you would probably be okay still. Like, you should still theoretically be okay 1440p playing on that card. And I know that for a fact because I literally got a 4070 Super right now, which is a card that I heavily compared to the 7800 XT as a viable option as a mid-range GPU, and I thought that was absolutely pretty dang. And that was pretty much the card that I was recommending. You know, it's like, hey man, if you're getting into PC gaming right now, go in at this level, go in at this power level. Don't go in at like 7600 XT or 4060. Go in about this level. You know, you're going to have a better time going forward. You're not going to have, you know, as much FOMO as new games start to come out. You're going to be able to have a pretty decent experience. And so now when I look at the new launch price for 9070 XT coming in at $649.99, I look at that and I'm like, okay, good for you, AMD. Good for not freaking bowing or bending the knee to these tech tubers. They clearly just want to put you in a position that is going to be rather ridiculous. If this card, I mean, if the 9070 XT really is at or above 4080 super power, and we're getting closer to like to 5080, like within 5%, what the leaks are saying. I get that 550 would make a massive splash. I get that. Like, I understand that reasoning, but I'm also a realist. I'm also like realistic. That is a lot of power for a damn good price at 650, whereas the competition is selling right on about that power ish for a lot more money. Like I would say $899 is the starting point for the 5070 Ti. It's definitely not $750. Maybe a couple people got that card. Maybe if this 9070 XT actually does very well, then they'll be at that price. But you're still $100 below that MSRP, and right now at launch, significantly lower than what that is right now. It's significantly. So when I look at that, and then I listen to all the people that have been in the comment section, you know, because they listened to their best good favorite YouTuber that told them that, like, oh man, 550 or it's DOA. Yeah, right, dude. If this card launches at 650, it's not DOA. Like, that's a lot of power. And you're going to see, well, you're not going to see a bunch of good reviews out of it. You're going to see every single one of them damn tech tubers. You're going to see every one of them be like, oh, man, if this was 550, I could have. And then with the same face, turn around and do like a DLSS 4 video on a fucking 5090. How's that even fair? Like, seriously, how's that even fair, man? These guys all... They're so out of touch with modern PC gaming. They're so robotic, and they literally just keep sticking to this. Man, people don't give a shit about that. People want to know how frame generation works. People want to know. I mean, you look how freaking feverish people are over DLSS. They literally freak out at developers if it's not included in a game. People don't care. This is PC gaming is a casual market now, and I don't think these guys understand that. To try to tell people that the masses that like, oh yeah, 550 or that nobody understands that robotic crap anymore, and I can tell you that for a fact because they all come to my channel spouting the same shit that the tech tubers spout, and then I'm just like, and they're like, no, that's gospel, and I'm like, no, dude, look, in 3 years, just in 3 years, and spent as much money as I have in the PC space, I can tell you, as a man that gets up and goes to work and works a man job to make money every single day to pay for my gaming habit, I can tell you right now that my experience on AMD has been significantly better than the experience I've ever gotten on NVIDIA. So much, in fact, to the point where it's like, I don't even care. Like, I would much rather just buy an AMD GPU because it is headache free. You know, all the stuff that it's just funny. It's just funny, you know, because I listen to everybody. I listen to the big tech tubers. I listen to, you know, the community, everybody that screams at me in all caps that NVIDIA is better than AMD. And this is just me being real with you guys. I'm just being real. My experience on AMD has been good. I mean, it's been like, wow, dude, I'm still literally blown away every time I play games on my 7900 XTX, man. I'm blown away. Okay, but put yourself in my shoes, okay? I know this is me talking like down from my little Halo or whatever. So I got a 7900 XTX. I got a 3440 by 1440p monitor. That combination is absolutely incredible. Beautiful image quality. Big, beautiful freaking just, yeah, this is high refresh gaming. It literally feels incredible to play these games on this monitor with this much power. And now you guys get the ability to buy that starting at $649 on the AMD side. You get to experience what I have been experiencing for the last, how long have I had it? When did I get it? I got it, September, October? So like 6 months or so. I've had the 7900 XTX for 6 months now, and you're going to get that opportunity to buy into that power level at $650 pretty soon. And I can look at that and be like, yeah, guys, this is cool. Like, you could go buy an ultra-wide monitor, an incredible monitor, and that GPU, seriously, for almost the price. Like, you could literally get my monitor that I have right now, plus the GRE or the 9070 XT for the price of the Asus ROG Astro 5080, and still be just a few percent behind that. And you get a whole badass monitor. You see that monitor right there, the ultra wide. I know a lot of people say oh man, the curve and stuff. No, see, when you're sitting in this thing, guys, the way that wraps around your face, you get a little bit closer to it. Open world games, absolutely incredible for an ultra wide monitor. Sim racing games, I just put it right here on the front of my desk, like I did the other day for the whole Forza video. Drop it down a little bit, and then pull up my sim racing equipment right up to the desk. Man, it's just incredible. Like, this thing is so badass and so versatile. It's incredible. And it does, like, it cuts off because it's OLED. So if your screen won't go into ultra wide, if the game don't support it, then it's got nice blacked out bars that literally give you a 32-inch monitor on both sides because of it being a 39-inch. So you can literally get this monitor and the freaking new AMD 9070 XT with better ray tracing performance, with AI upscaling, you know, the things that matter, and AMD's fluid motion frames, the amazing Adrenaline software. Dude, trust me, it's incredible. The ability to get in there and set up everything with one button. You just push it, boop, HyperRX, and boom, it'll set everything up for you. It's incredible. It's incredible. AMD's fluid motion frames can be stacked on top of regular FSR3 games. FSR4 is supposed to automatically upgrade FSR3 games to be able to utilize that data to turn it into the AI upscaling version and then give you access to frame generation. Then you can literally stack AMD's fluid motion frames 2 on that to get your multi-frame rate generation that you already got right now. And I'll tell you what, if you are a casual gamer and you're playing single player games, you're using a controller, both NVIDIA's frame generation and AMD's frame generation will get the job done. Like, it will trick your brain to a point where you're like, yeah, man, you turn it on and then you see like the 300 frames and it just looks ultra smooth and you're sitting there running and it doesn't feel any worse than like 60, 70 frames a second on the controller. And you're like, wow, this is actually pretty freaking good. I'm not even joking. On this monitor, that GPU, Star Wars, Outlaws, everything kicked on, ray tracing, everything, running around, playing that game on that monitor, and I'm like, dang, dude, 180 frames a second, and it feels good, and the screen's not messed up. Obviously, if you stop to really look for it and spin the camera, and you're like, ooh, and you're like hunting down like the imperfections in the visuals, you're gonna see it. But like when you're running or you're on a speeder or you're in the combat or you're doing something, like you're playing the game, you're not noticing that. You're not noticing that. Like, you have to literally go out of your way to look for this stuff. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. Yes, FSR can lower the quality of the image a little bit, for sure. But man, I don't see that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter that much because the overall image quality just looks so good all the time. And now, you know, FSR4, can it save us? I don't know. I literally am paying well over $1,700 to find out for you guys. So stay tuned, hit that like, hit that subscribe, because I'm going to take you through the journey of NVIDIA's RTX 5070 Ti versus AMD's 9070 XT. And we're going to check these out, bro. We're going to see which one, or if both, are worth your money, because they should both perform pretty well. And that's exciting. I'm excited about that. I was okay with the price for the 5070 Ti, because it's like, okay, it's 4080 power. If I wanted a 4080, I'd be paying $1,000 for it. If I wanted a 4080 Super, actually I paid $1,200 for that. So to be able to get this a little bit cheaper at like $900, I was like, whatever, dude, whatever, NVIDIA, whatever. You trying to rip people off, and people are going to start turning on you, and all of your little tech tubers out there with their free 5090s are not going to be able to save you. They're not going to be able to save themselves, actually, because I'll tell you what, not being able to find what I wanted to buy and being stuck with an Asus Prime OC when I wanted an MSI Trio. I wanted a Trio. That's what I wanted to buy. I would have bought that. No questions asked. Wouldn't even have complained about it. When I did my review, if I would have had an MSI Trio, I'd have been like, damn, this card is so sexy. But I don't get to do that now. I had to buy what I had to buy. I needed to get it. Yeah, I didn't even get a choice. So now I get to review what I didn't want. You know, I wanted the MSI Trio. Like I wanted that card bad. Or I wanted a 5080 Astral. That means if I was going to buy a 5080 for overpriced, I was going to buy that one. Those are the two that caught my eyes, and I was like, damn, these cards look nice. So it's like, those are the cards I wanted. Those would have had I been receiving the MSI Trio. You got to look at it this way. I wanted that card. It was aesthetically pleasing to me. I was like, dang, I like that card. I like the way it looks. That there would have gave me boom, instant gratification, because I'm like, yes, I got the one I wanted. This looks cool. Boom, I would have been able to get that. Then I would have been able to look at that, pull it out, unbox it, show it off, be happy and excited that I got the one I wanted. So that would have added to that initial, like, first impressions, obviously, are what matters the most. So I would have been able to create that content. Oh man, I got the MSI Trio. Look at this thing. It looks so freaking cool. I like the design right here. I like the little dragon thing on here. I like the RGB, the way it lights up, the nice, you know, pink purplish little, see, I would have been able to start with like, yeah, the aesthetics of this already exciting me, because I'm like, damn, this looks cool. This is something that I like. Then I would have been able to put it in. I would have been able to play games. I would have been able to turn on multi-frame rate generation. I would have been able to look at these features that the 9070 or that the 5070 Ti produces. And then I would have been able to be like, okay, guys, just like AMD's fluid motion frames stacked on top of FSR3, this feels pretty dang similar. But then you get the added bonus of DLSS 4 that absolutely adds to the image quality, therefore making, oh damn, you guessed it, my review for 5070 Ti actually pretty exciting, right? But I'm not saying that the Asus Prime OC model is a bad card. I mean, I guess it looks okay. I mean, to me, it reminds me of like 1990s Adidas, bro. I was like, all right, or Nikes. 1990s Adidas or Nikes. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I guess it will do. It'll just be sitting in there. But I would have proudly displayed the MSI Trio. I would have pulled that out and I would have been like, let's check this bad boy out. But now I don't even get RGB on that card for $939. I don't even get pretty lights. Well, maybe, I don't know. Has anybody even reviewed that one yet? I don't know. I don't even know if I get RGB. That'd be pretty bad if I don't get that for almost $1,000. That sucks. That sucks. I really do wish that I could have got that MSI Trio. I do. I had my eye on that card. I was really looking at that. That really makes me sad that I couldn't buy that card for actual money that I worked for. That like really sucks. I'm a little bit bitter about that. Not too bitter, because obviously we'll still get the experience, but yeah, you know, I don't think that NVIDIA's price for a 5070 Ti at $1,000 is as bad as these guys, these other YouTube channels are trying to make it out to be, because they're literally, honestly guys, it literally just seems like a show, because every single one of them are basically saying the exact same shit, and you know these guys stick together, and they're like, okay guys, people are not gonna like it. Dude, think about this shit, man. Just think about this, okay? Because I'm not trying to call anybody out or anything, but even Hardware Unboxed says, hey, NVIDIA and AMD reach out to us to ask us for pricing suggestions all the time. I'm like, really? And NVIDIA thought they could sell a 5070 class card for $1,000 this generation, and you guys are you're just gonna be real mad at them. I'm just so mad at NVIDIA right now, but then every video you guys are making right now are related to 50 series, aren't they? Or trying to tell AMD to sell it for $550 because you're like, yeah, this is the only way that NVIDIA is not going to, AMD is not going to save us from NVIDIA. Like, why would they? Well, how is that in their best interest to come out and undercut NVIDIA to a point where it literally makes them no money for NVIDIA to come out and lower the prices so that people can buy NVIDIA cards? Like, why would they do that? No. It's better for them to literally come out at $650 and be like, all right, we're $100 cheaper. You buy us or don't. We don't care. We're not selling it for $550, so NVIDIA will drop it. Because I already paid $1,000 for my 5070 Ti. I guarantee other people would pay that. $550. Really, guys? $550? Yeah, dude, they're going to sell a few of them, and then boom, NVIDIA will drop that price, and everybody would just move right over to NVIDIA. Nobody cares. That'd be like, that's exactly what NVIDIA is hoping that AMD does, is so that they can sell out a lot of those. If AMD holds firm on the 650, this is my thoughts. Hold firm on the 650, NVIDIA doesn't drop that price because they know that people, diehard fans, are still going to come out. maybe 650 gets them, but you might only see the AIBs drop to like $800, $850, something like that, like a couple $100 more than what yeah, because people, like Steve says, they'll pay a couple $100 more for the NVIDIA experience. They'll do it. Like, why wouldn't they? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, the AMD thing is already tainted. People actually have to buy the cards, see the cards for themselves to know that. And yeah, getting somebody to buy a card that's a little bit less expensive than an NVIDIA one, yeah, you're definitely right. But I'll tell you what, there's plenty of me's out there that have gotten fed up with NVIDIA that are seriously eyeballing that bad boy. And $650 is an attractive price. For that much power, that's attractive. I do not think it needs to be less than that. I don't. Would it be awesome if it was less than $550? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Like, $550 would be a steal. But let's be real. Let's be real. That is a lot of power. NVIDIA's still selling that for about $1,000. So yeah, I would say that the 650 is more than that's really generous. To be completely honest with you, that is pretty damn generous, especially with how NVIDIA, the market leader, is sitting right now. Yeah, that's generous. That is an extreme cut. Like, I do feel like that is a very attractive price. I'm looking at that and I'm like, damn, dude, I'd have paid you $8. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'd have given you $800, Mr. AMD. Oh, I know, that's just me though, and that's me. I personally believe that AMD is worth the same money that the NVIDIA is selling. I do. I like the experience more. So that's just me. If you're not used to AMD and you haven't ever got them, you have to take what I say and be like, okay, this dude right here is clearly a fanboy. He's delusional, whatever. He's been sipping the AMD Kool-Aid. Okay, look at it that way. You have to, but you also have to ask, how the hell is this dude a freaking raving lunatic mad fanboy for AMD when he clearly has the money to buy whatever NVIDIA card he wants? How the hell is this dude still on the internet talking about AMD all the time? You have to ask yourself that too. You do. And then, yeah, like it just makes sense. How the hell, or what, or maybe ask yourself, what the hell did NVIDIA do to this guy to make him an AMD fanboy? Well, they kept repping me off. They kept not bringing features, but then they finally do bring features. I mean, and then honestly, guys, the experience has just been better. I don't ever sit in here wasting a bunch of time trying to play video games like I do on NVIDIA. Like, it's such an annoyance. But you don't understand, Frog. We've been doing this forever and we know how it works. Okay, guys, I get you. I understand that you love your NVIDIA experience, bro. Like, that's fine. You'll break eventually. Like, sooner or later, you're not going to be able to afford it. And then, I mean, it does you no good to, like, you guys say that AMD needs to lower the price so that so that NVIDIA will lower the price. No, AMD's not going to save you. So you guys have to put your own company in check. And my company, AMD, is not going to do that for you. My company is going to try to start making money on their GPUs so that I can get a better product. Your little company, you're going to have to put pressure on them to lower the prices. Maybe just speak with your wallet and not buy one every freaking generation. So, all right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.